Our conversation for today is really focusing on kind of where it is from your business and your perspective and what you do, and just kind of what your thought is generally and just basically on social businesses versus financial. I mean, obviously everyone needs to pay the bills. As an accountant, you know, all over those aspects, everyone needs to do it. But more and more, the social impact or the goodwill or what it is your business does matters, and to the next generations, it seems to matter even more as to what it does than how much it makes. And just want to have people's input, feedback on that, how they balance the two. You know, are they all about one? Are they all about the other? What their thoughts are. And again, just try to have an engaging conversation. And to do that, I will shut up and let people go.
Hey, Dennis, I'll be the first to go here. I'll say I worked in corporate for 32 years. While I was there, I finally found a plan that helped me lose weight and get healthier. You know, there's so much confusion out there. And so I left corporate and I'm happy to share it. It's really not about making the most money, but it's really about helping people, because I think our lifestyles are not healthy and there's so much confusion out there. And this is I found a plan that finally works and helped me finally take off 25 pounds that I could not get off. So for me, it's really the social aspect. And then if I can help people and the products work for them, then great.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pandemic has had an impact on this, where a lot of people have kind of reflected back and looked at what they were doing to chase a dollar, and was it really worth it? And we're not going back to how it was for many reasons, but I think the actual physical virus is only going to be a small part of that. And love to hear other people's.
I think from my perspective, in helping businesses with marketing, I feel like my whole business is based on that socializing and networking aspect. And it's all about building relationships. And I kind of see all of my clients as like family members. I talk with more of them than some of my family members. So yeah, I think that the social aspect is so important, and also loving what you do, which is sort of a social thing too. Like, if you love what you do, the money will come later, you know, but if you're miserable every day getting up and going to work, it's like, why are you doing it? Right. So I think that was really important for me, that I wasn't dreading Mondays, and that if I needed to work on a weekend, it was okay because I loved it anyway. So that's my piece.
Yeah. And social might not have been the right word for it. I guess it's like, you know, does anyone really feel comfortable with a person when they really know that all they care about is that they've already got the hand in your wallet, you know, as far as that perspective, and is it what you do and those aspects? So, you know, again, more conversation. Who else has thoughts on this topic?
I do. So being a sales trainer and a business coach, and first of all, let me rewind and just say, you know, it's said that if you love what you do, you're never working, right? And that's totally true with what I do. I have really two passions in life. One is entrepreneurs in general, and the other is music. And, you know, live music is on pause right now for the most part. So, you know, entrepreneurs have always been my passion, and in particular, founding entrepreneurs. You know, I'm not as interested in the guy who's bought a business and, you know, bought a job kind of thing. And, you know, in my next book, I've listed 18 different entrepreneurs that I can think of. And, you know, there's the franchisor, the franchisee, there's all different types. But there's many times, my receivable list is high. I don't want to be, I'm not saying come and join and don't pay. But I would always rather help someone than, I don't want to say than get paid, but that is the reality many times. And, you know, I met a guy this week and we ended up talking business and going for a walk on Saturday. And to be honest, there's nothing I'd rather do, you know? And, you know, my girlfriend got really upset with me last night. She's like, you know, you talk to your clients more than me. And I felt like saying, well, they're interesting, you know, and I knew that wouldn't go over well.
Be careful, Chris. Be careful.
Yeah. But, you know, it's your guys' passion that fuels me, if that makes sense. And I fall in love with entrepreneurs' passion.
And Chris, you make a good point. When all of us are building our own brands, doing that means giving away free information, right? It's building trust and teaching people that you know your SHIT, right? Like, you know your stuff about your industry, and that's why you want people to eventually pay. Like, I'm doing free talks all the time. I always do my 5-minute marketing series once a week. That is literally, you learn, small businesses can learn marketing techniques in less than 5 minutes on YouTube. And it's just like giving away free information is about building your brand too. And then the money will come, right? So keep that in mind as well.
Yep.
I'm in a different mode than you guys because I don't sell anything, and everything I do is free for my clients until I get the money. So I'm in a different, I guess, a different stratosphere than most people who are giving information away free in hopes of getting business and building their brands. Everything I do is free to my clients in building my brand and helping to be able to help get them money. So I'm a little different than most of you guys in this.
Robert, how do you get paid?
I get paid on the back end if I get you money for a settlement, I get a % of that on the back end once you get paid.
Right. So I think, Robert, you really do it. I mean, everything you do is free. So I mean, the social impact of helping people not get raked over by the big. So you have an entirely financial aspect in your job, and you're licensed that way.
Exactly.
So I would argue you are on that page, but to a whole extreme.
Okay, that's a better way of putting this.
So I'll chime in right before we're going, but so as a CPR trainer working for the American Heart Association, my social impact would be really my why and my purpose is to train as many people as I can. So while there's a financial aspect to that, and I do own a business, it's an interesting conversation because over COVID, in the very beginning, when everything was shutting down, my landlords didn't charge me rent, but I was paying it forward and training healthcare providers in the first line, police and doulas. And so it was a really interesting topic of how I move on forward financially versus social impact. But again, like I think Desiree said, I pay it forward and give people the knowledge when I talk at lunch and learns, networking groups. When I present, I want you all to know how and what to do if an emergency comes in. So my social impact on most groups and within my community is much higher. So it's kind of interesting to listen to the reactions of this conversation. So thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, no, and my wife loved working with you, and that was it. I mean, it was because you'd given so much away. I think, again, all this, and that's kind of the purpose of, the karma, give before you will get it back. And that's really what we want to have these teams shaped with. I'm not going out and building this and building multiple teams and doing all this because I'm still giving it away. It's really because I really believe that with this and everything else, that together we're stronger, and a right group of people with that right attitude. And I think, everyone in this team has that attitude. They want to keep coming back, and they haven't done it. So I think it was a great topic. And I think that's it. That's what we're building here. So feel free to, ask people for things. And then again, obviously, give back when people are, go back and make sure when you think of someone or you come across someone, make sure you're thinking of the other people on the team and how they can help, how you can help their businesses to grow. And if your focus is more on the other person's business than your business will explode. So, all right.